So those game awards, huh? Pretty silly, right? Like, do we really care that much about what some dudes running a big fancy show say are the best games? Of course we do! My opinions on video games always need to be reflected in what the Dorito and Piss Water Peddler Man is saying on the big shiny stage. Thankfully, one brave man is here to tell the gaming industry how it really is, and that man is Stuttering Craig. Previously the showrunner behind Screw Attack, a network that used to host lots of beloved nostalgic internet gaming shows like the AVGN, our favorite stutterer, Craig, made the brave decision to start repeatedly telling us how minorities are ruining gaming somehow because it unfortunately gets lots of attention and money. But I regret to inform him that it is I who is bravest. I am the only person fearless enough to make some game awards realer than both of these clowns combined. Craig's real game awards may seem impressive. It sports a fully animated intro that reflects the style of a certain totally non-controversial cartoonist. Geoff totally pwns himself in a fight that certainly isn't one-sided at all. They even paid John St. John, the voice of Duke Nukem, a few $100 on Cameo to get his real voice in the show. Wowie!
This is for the fans.
Craig's so old-brained, he still represents first-person shooters with World War II visuals. We haven't been doing that shit in ages. And oh my god, is that a racist depiction of Hideo Kojima? Despite the fact this drawing would fit right in with the most offensive depictions of minorities found in Looney Tunes cartoons in the 40s, I'm sure there's no ill intent here, right? I thought guys like you liked old cool games like Metal Gear, Craig. I might be overthinking this. Craig's content is for men who just like video games.
You're just a normal man who loves video.
And as he says, are tired of all the crap that's being shoved into them.
But are just tired of all this nonsense just being shoved right in over and over again.
What counts as crap? Well, if you're as vague about that on the surface as possible, you can really sucker just about anyone into watching just about anything. Craig claims that the show is for the gamers.
This is not an industry show. It's about you, the gaming community.
Which would be great. We gamers are the most oppressed group on the planet. But I'm sorry to say that a quick look at the content of Craig and his buddies who appear in this award show tells a very different story about his true intentions.
President Trump signed an executive order to protect America's children from surgical mutilation and trans ideology. Hell fucking yeah!
Yo, it's so brave of Trump to stop something that literally isn't fucking happening.
Including such bangers as Lords of the Fallen, Reject Woke, We Are Winning, 500-pound land whale suing Lyft, spelled incorrectly, really cool. President Trump just ended body type AB, wow, so exciting. And Trump's inauguration has broken people. Nothing makes me more excited about playing a video game than videos like that.
Xbox, go to
Trump's inauguration has broken people.
This is insane.
In truth, he wants his game awards to appeal to as many gamers as possible who might not be aware of his typical antics. This thing wasn't completely made for his usual audience who have already bought into his hateful grift because he knew this idea could potentially be enjoyed by a wider audience. But as we'll see shortly, some of his pals still can't resist accidentally taking the mask off throughout the video. Maybe for the real game awards and my realest game awards, maybe we do both have an agenda. But if believing that minorities feeling welcome in the gaming space and represented in video games is a bad thing, then sure, I'll proudly have an agenda, fuck it. The fact that I even have to argue that a man who approved of this in 2025 might not be making content in good faith is insane, and yet here we are. Anyway, let's get this show on the road. Oh shit, I don't own this song, I can't use that.
Testing. Is this thing on? This is welcome to the Realest Game Awards. Hey.
Luckily, Craig's real Game Awards are running at the same time as ours, so we'll be able to check in and see how that shit's going simultaneously. Just to be clear, Geoff's Game Awards suck balls too and are not absolved of tons of criticism. But let's be real, at the end of the day, it's just a stupid, pointless award show that people really only tune in for a few new announcements. If Craig really gave a shit about the gamers, he wouldn't be charging folks $30 just for the chance to vote on your favorite games in this show that only a small amount of the gaming audience is ever even going to see.
Nice.
He's doing it all wrong. Here at the Realest Game Awards, we charge $10 billion just for the chance to vote on anything. As expected, nobody paid up, so I get to call the winners. Who needs stupid gamers anyway? Also, there's hundreds of millions, if not billions, of gamers that your show just isn't even reaching or speaking to at all, despite your claims that it is so important in some way.
Starting today, Take Games Back is officially called the Real Game Awards. Hell yes, we're gonna gatekeep.
We know our limitations. We make a show important to one specific guy. That guy! What a guy. What a guy.
If you're tired of all the nonsense in the video game industry and want to help reclaim the voice for actual gamers.
Oh no, real nail-biting issues that plague my ability to play a video game, like a cis guy having he/him pronouns. Scary! I thought guys like you usually would expect folks to use those pronouns when referring to you, right? Craig, if that's not the case, please let me know how to refer to you, buddy. I don't want to upset you. If I've upset you, Craig, I'll gladly take the blame and let you go all out on me. Here's a weapon just for you if you need it.
I've always thought the phrase for gamers, by gamers is extremely cliche, but I gotta be honest, that's exactly what the Real Game Awards is.
For gamers, by gamers. Gamers who are willing to throw $30 at Craig, that is. You if you don't have $30 to waste on unlocking the ability to vote on some polls. That one guy in our audience, well, he's a poor, so we don't particularly give a shit about what he thinks, do we? No, I didn't think so. No, we don't get it. So Craig here, he doesn't show any semblance of gameplay, or God forbid, even screenshots of most of the games when they win anything.
You won't see acceptance speeches for winners because, let's be real, you don't care.
We here at the Realest Game Awards know how to download trailer footage for reference. Or is an audience member not a true gamer if they don't know what every game mentioned looks like by heart? Trailers, I think, are owned by the industry and are free access without having to worry about crediting anyone, right? Oh yeah, best story. I don't know, I didn't think it through. How about Leo the firefighter cat? I'm sure this thing has a story for the ages, and wow, you could even enjoy some gameplay. Absolutely wild. Right, guys? Right, we have fun here. We have so much fun in the Realest Realsies Game Award. So much fun. So much fun. Yeah.
You won't see any celebrity cameos, I promise you that. You will see marginally successful YouTubers that you probably have never heard of before.
Gee, I can't wait to see some small independent YouTubers, like the guy who runs AVGN, one of the most famous internet gaming shows of all time. We here, the Realists, actually do care about really small tubers, like this guy. I hear this guy's pretty alright. I don't know, he's probably fine.
And the Real Game Award for Best Racing Game goes to, with 54% of your vote, Nightmare Kart.
Oh, lovely. Craig and his audience gave a win to a game made by a trans person. That's wonderful. Maybe he isn't such a bad guy after all. Maybe I misjudged him. He couldn't actually get anybody from the LGBTQ plus community to get anywhere near this thing, but I'm sure there's no particular reason for that, right? I'm sure that the only two genders crowd will just love the game now that there's a trans flag in it and won't start complaining at all. Oh god, this is horrendous. Craig, you can say that you don't care about the creator's identity as much as you want, but I think that sometimes when all of your audience is saying vile shit like this, it might reflect your views somewhat. I'm just gonna put that out there. that might be the case. You know, I just realized that Craig didn't manage to get a single solitary interview with anybody.
Okay, stop!
Luckily, we're real and so cool. So we got Wario, the real Wario himself, on the line. Holy shit. Hello, Wario. Positively love your games. How are you doing today?
Greetings, Rennie. I'm doing very good. Just sitting back, chillaxing, and taking a garlic bath. Oh!
That's just great, Wario. What's your thoughts on our show so far?
Oh, this show is just great. The way you bribed all your guests and nominees with copious amounts of cash was inspiring and reminds me of...
No, he can't be exposing us. Fuck, no, God. That's just great, Wario. You're such a jokester. Your jokes are out of line, but that's okay. They sure give us a good laugh. So, I think you're cool and your games are awesome. Do you have anything to say to fans of your games, Wario?
Screw Jeff, screw Stuttering Craig, and don't screw Rennie because she supports me. But still, don't give your coins to any of those clowns. Only me, Wario. And be sure to play my greatest achievement, Wario Land 4, every day. Nintendo will surely make an HD remake if everybody and their mother gets addicted to my best game. Oh God, I think Waluigi is trying to break into my house again for coins to pay for his crippling paint addiction. I've got to go now. Goodbye.
Wow, we really learned so much about how awesome and upstanding my Realest show is, didn't we? Let's check on Craig, I guess. Putting a big focus on indies is awesome and all, I love to see it, but there's been other Nintendo Direct style presentations for indie stuff that's managed to do it at zero or near zero cost to viewers while featuring more than like 4 games total. That's why we've decided to just go ahead and feature no indie games at all. The only game we're promoting is Worms 3D for Nintendo Switch, because we have brain worms. God help me.
Presenting the award for Husbando of the Year, Crazy Fox Lady VTuber Kirsha.
Ugh. You know, we here at the Realest Reels don't care about Husbando of the Year.
Whether they were the ultimate ally, a charismatic leader, or just plain swoon-worthy.
I don't care how many VTubers who sound like they're on the verge of climaxing at every moment you send. I'm not picking one. This VTuber is infamous for her, well, shit like this. But hopefully you are indeed watching her for her opinions and edging. I mean jokes. I meant jokes. But remember, gaming isn't about fun. It's about sex. Who do you want to sex, guys? Who's your husbando? Your waifu? Nobody. Well, you're gaming wrong. You're not supposed to do it with 2 hands, you weirdo. Instead, we're doing the Best Boobies Award. You've probably, no doubt, noticed hers bouncing up and down and around by now. Well, I'm here to announce that my boobs are clearly way nicer. I mean, just look at them. You can pause and rewind as much as you want. I won't be offended. That's kind of the point of this award. That I won. Yes, we're keeping it real, and mine really are the best because I said so. Yeah. They're really good. Enjoy. Hopefully you're done by now. That would be great. Oh boy, now here's Craig's gay lover Razorfist to tell us all about the $30 waster's favorite FPS of the year.
Your big pounding PP.
Gotta love this Razorfist guy, the king of, if I talk loud and fast, everybody will have to think I'm smart.
Put us directly in the action, giving us pulse-pounding gameplay, intense firefights, and unforgettable multiplayer moments like being called the hard R over an Xbox headset.
Wow, that's so brave coming from the mouth of the whitest man alive.
RoboCop Rogue City! Gosh, that's a shame, and just when we were about to enter Black Ops History Month.
Instead of saying all of the horrible things I want to say about you with that god-awful joke, Razorfist, I'd like to point out a much more glaring issue with Craig's overall presentation. We are so real that we actually have a live performance here from some of the most legendary artists to show you all today. This performance is going to be nothing short of historical. Please give a round of applause to, I can't even believe it, the Tiny Beatles!
We are the Tiny Beatles. We've come to play a little ditty for ya. Ringo out!
Oh, this guy's still got it after all these years. How kind of them to play the entirety of Yellow Submarine in just 4 seconds to help us avoid a copyright strike. Pretty epic. Yeah. Oh look, now it's legendary Halo-themed composer Marty O'Donnell. All he wanted to do was make our lives worse by becoming a politician, but that didn't work out, so now he's here. Good for him! Going for more than just $30, he'd much prefer to take part in controlling people's lives. A more powerful grift above any other, I feel.
We have made a commitment, a pact, to our audience out there to always put the business and financial lens of reality to Hollywood, to the entertainment industry.
You think you know how to keep it realer than the realist, huh, Clickbait McGee?
And the worst bait and switch for 2024, with 42% of your vote goes to
I don't think a slightly disappointing video game counts as a bait and switch, but while you may not be as real as our Real-tastic awards, maybe you got some real big brainery going around beyond my understanding. Or maybe you're just upset that an unrealistic medieval fantasy game has a character who identifies as non-binary. Nah, I'm sure it's the first thing. Our winner for the worst bait and switch of the year is...
to Dragon Age the Veilguard for s***ing more dick than Alyssa than a Thai massage parlor.
I am not touching that joke. Oh god, even by edgy humor standards, this is just not even funny. And we know funny. You know what's funny? Puppets, goddammit. Even Geoff understands this. Where's the funny puppets, Craig? Huh? Huh?
And the winner of the biggest award goes to Rennie Ultrafox! Hold on. Oh dear, it's not Rennie, it's me. I win. Well, I'd like to thank the Academy, really. I mean, honestly, it's an honor. Rennie, cut this part out, actually. I'd like to thank my mom. I'd like to thank my dad. I can't think of anyone else funny to thank. You know, I'd like to thank you, Rennie Ultrafox. I'd like to thank my cat, Missy. Oh, God. There's my cat, Missy. What's up? Hopefully my face didn't make it in frame there. Not like I have one. I do, it's a puppet. You're making me ramble in front of a microphone.
Delivering fast-paced gameplay, epic moments, and unforgettable set pieces.
Damn, nice dude. So retro. I just realized this is animated by AI and then nice mosaic blur, dude. This sucks. Fuck you. Look, Mom, I can be retro too. Wii, NES, SNES, SNES, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Gaming was so much better back then. No queers. Woo!
Let's play an NES game, something I've never played before.
Oh man, James, why? James, no. Look, now while I feel James Rolfe haters can be really corny these days, I do kind of wish he'd be a little bit more hands-on with his content. It'd help keep him out of garbage like this or that one plagiarism debacle a while back. And because we care about actual small YouTubers who actually care about playing video games and not simply what political messages are in or not in them, I'd like to announce our up-and-coming YouTuber of the Year. Give it up for Loot, who I totally didn't pick just because he said Jumping Flash is a good game. Come over to the stage, Loot.
Oh shit, Rennie. I don't know what to say. I'd like to thank all of my heroes for this honor. Nobuyuki Fukumoto, Mark Wahlberg, King DDD, Bill Cosby, Cool Spot, Artemis Pebdani. If you want to hang out, I am free this Thursday. I stole my mom's EBT card so I can buy you a bunch of fruit gummies and we can go back to my apartment and jack off to hentai together. I took like 4 ibuprofen today because I accidentally pulled a muscle in my back when I sneezed. If Rennie hasn't faded this out by now.
Oh boy, that sure was a great speech, huh? Kinda short, but it sure did the trick, wouldn't you say? That loot. What a character, that loot. Yeah. Like the iconic Jimmy. Oh, how we love that Jimmy. Like how he iconically paid way too much money to be featured in a segment of Craig's award show. Imagine your greatest life achievement being giving Stuttering Craig a bunch of money. He must be living the dream. What do you think about that, Better Jimmy? Thank you, Better Jimmy. You're such a better whatever.
And the Real Game Award for Best Video Game Journalist goes to, with 33% of your vote, Savvy. I don't know, I gotta be honest and say just how incredibly autistic she is with her deep dives.
Damn, that's cool. They have an autism award? Well, ours is going to RenStar.
What? The nominees for the worst game journalist represent the most baffling takes and the most out-of-touch journalists that we have in this industry.
OMG. It's the guy behind DEI Detected. He's a DEI detective. Just don't ask him what kind of people he's looking for when it comes to supposed DEI inserts in video games. And he doesn't like journalists who are only in it for the clout. That's exactly why he runs a whole-ass Steam community to complain about games acknowledging women's rights and that minorities exist. He's not here to push any sort of agenda or anything. He just wants to tell you what games not to play, even if they're really well made. We've all done something like that at some point. Who the hell hasn't? It's so normal.
It is time to take games back.
Okay, but from who exactly? I'm gonna be real. I dislike hyper-focused tested garbage that leads to the most bland games ever like Concord. But maybe I don't want to trust a dude who sees a black or a trans person existing in a video game and instantly calling it out as DEI as a hate-filled dog whistle.
And the Real Game Award for the worst video game journalist goes to...
Huh. I don't recognize any of these people. Maybe I spend too much time actually playing video games.
It is time to take games back.
I wonder what kind of people this dude wants to take games back from. Ah well, what's important is that I know who we want to take games back from, Dr. Neo Cortex. Damn it, Cortex, you asshole. I let you borrow my copy of Metroid Zero Mission one time and you still haven't given it back yet. What gives?
I haven't finished jacking off. I mean, beaten the final area with Zero Suit Samus here.
Cortex, you piece of shit. I've been waiting for years to beat this game and I don't want to restart it. Wait. You know what? Craig's doing a vote on the best IPs from Nintendo, PlayStation, etc. You know, just like in general, which makes no sense because it's supposed to be about games of the year, but whatever. But do you want to know what game won best PlayStation IP despite only having one game that just came out?
What is it, Rennie? I don't have all day, you fool. I wish I just came out.
Well, you know, they also got a Best Jiggle Physics category, and Stellar Blade won both! This game must just be perfect for a gooner scientist like you. Like it's got good visual storytelling.
Visual storytelling.
And there's so much creativity. Behind the girl's boobs bouncing. Don't worry. I love jiggle physics. I love boobs. Don't even get me wrong.
Thanks, Captain Obvious.
But the focus on this so hard is just a little silly and reminds me of X-Play segments from a million years ago.
Oh, I'm a Perusia.
X-Play proudly presents La La Boo Bluesa.
So, Cortex, could you please maybe try this game out instead and give me mine back?
No, I can just watch you dance around in VR chat.
Get the f out of here, Cortex. You're a freak, I tells ya.
Can't even trust an evil scientist these days.
Flippin' frick balls. Okay, and so like Black Myth Wukong wins because it has cool action and no woke. Amazing reason. Now, to be fair, Craig and his pals carefully avoided ever using the word woke. I'm sure it was really hard for them this entire time because it set off some really obvious red flags. But it's so very transparent that it's why the same 5 damn games keep being featured in the worst sections.
So the nominees for the shitty-ass game of the year are Concord, Dragon Age The Veilguard, Dustborn, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. And the winner, or I guess the loser in this case, is Dustborn.
Dustborn is definitely worse than a game you could only play for 2 weeks. It was so shit. There's no positive way it didn't just win shittiest game of the year because it was too on the nose with its progressive messaging. It was definitely really worse than Concord. Definitely so much worse. These grifters and anti-woke types just can't stop bringing these same few games up over and over as a problem in the games industry because they fit a perfect criteria, unfortunately. They're bad and acknowledge that queer folks exist at the same time. You're never gonna see them bring up something obvious like super lesbian animal RPG because it's too well made. Games with some progressive ideals and representation from the past or present that are just too good just do not fit their narrative that any inclusivity beyond cis straight white males hurts our ability as gamers to enjoy playing the video game. Oh, and hi James again. Ugh. Oh yeah, our worst game is, whatever your favorite game is, fuck you. Personally, at the end of the day, I'm just glad that everyone with $30 voice could finally be heard. That's so much better than industry insiders having 90% of the vote. A very specific target audience with money to waste is always going to provide the most unbiased answers. Thank goodness Craig had, let me do the math here, calculate a few things, oh! An entire year's salary minimum to make this thing. He definitely needed all of that money to get a few pals on camera and yap for half an hour. That's why our show secretly cost $1 trillion. That's right, we lied to you. If you were as real as we are, you would have seen through the illusion. It may be a little ridiculous for a single video, but I'm not against making a living off your content. That being said, if you want to support me on the Rennie Ultrafox channel, consider becoming a member. You can see some of this stuff early, and it helps support me, helps me make these videos. It would be really epic of you if you want to. And our game... Stop it. Stop it. I told you to stop misbehaving or we're not getting ice cream later. Stop it. Bad. Very bad. Anyway, our game of the year is Dynamite Heady for the Sega Genesis.
Wait, hang on. You can't just choose a game that's over 30 years old as Game of the Year. You're missing the points. It's supposed to be a game, or DLC, I guess, from this year.
You just don't know what it's like to be really real, man.
That doesn't make any fucking sense. What the hell are you talking about? I swear to God, I just want this show to make sense. Please, for the love of God, just fucking... You know what? You do whatever the hell you want.
I love how I can just, do that. So fucking cool.
Fuck you, Rennie!
Sometimes I think about how different my life would have been if my father loved me. I'm scared of trees that look weird. My balls hurt.
Hey, Rennie, this is the 5th time I've called. I'm getting very angry, but at the same time, I can't knock the hustle. I would probably do the same thing if I'm being honest, but I demand my payment immediately. You're a loser. Oh, you're gonna lose something. Come here.
Think that, sometimes in the right light, Miss Fowl